Hello, welcome to our video about Voltayze. What we are going to present today is a grasp of our services that we provide for Tesla cars. What you have here on the screen is our application that provides you data and insights based on your Tesla car. What I did, I just logged into the application, and the first screen I get, which is our landing dashboard, is the current state form. This form allows you to select your car. If you have multiple cars, you are going to see all of them here. And based on your selection and the data that was fed from your car through the Tesla API, you are going to see useful information and insights about your experience. The dashboard here on the far left, it shows the current state. In my case, and in this exercise, the car is currently offline. The last state change, it shows when this current state changed, and it is the last one. It happened around 1:50 p.m. local time, and this is when this car changed the current state to offline. Now, going a bit down, you can see a trip mode pane and also a planned trip. I'm going to get to this a bit later. What I want to show you now and present is useful information that you have for your car. So here on the right, you have a rated range. This shows actually how many, what distance can your car pursue, and it shows exactly what you can see if you go in your car and watch on on the dash screen. The estimated range is based on your car's efficiency, so it's driven by the way you drive your car. We always calculate this using different algorithms. The battery level shows exactly the battery that your car has at the time we speak, and it's based on the last data that it was provided. Tesla allows us to receive data, usually based on a 1 minute time interval, because that's how they provide services and data to their partners. Continuing on the form, we can see here on the far right, we have the tire pressure. A bit down, we have the states. So this is a pie chart and shows you the states that your car had. So how much my car or this car was offline. For example, I had a charge that was around 38% in the last day, right? I can see here the odometer and the last location of the car. Going on the back on the left, here we have a map. So it shows you the points where your car registered different locations. So these are I would say my visits in the last period. Here at the bottom, you have a timeline. The timeline shows you the time periods when your car changed the states. So it was charging, then it went driving, offline, and so on. Now, getting a bit back to the trip mode section. So what this does, and this is something you don't find in all the applications on the market, it allows you to set and define some custom trips, so that, for example, when you go on a trip, let's say I do a vacation, I go somewhere in Greece, my car is going to record all that data and it's going to tag it with this name. So I have a report, and I'm going to just show it briefly here. It's called plan trip, and in my plan trip, I can select the trips I set, and I can see a map of my itinerary. Then I can see the distance, the consumption, how much it cost me. If I did charges, how much was AC or DC. I can see here at the bottom my drives and also my charges. Going back, the current state, right? So that's how the trip mode is being used. So once you define the trip mode, it goes here in the planned trip, and it's automatically available for the plan trip dashboard. To do a very quick exercise, so I can go here. Let's say I want to delete, we're going to put just yes here. I want to delete one of my trips for this exercise. Now, let's say between 18 and 24, I want to do a trip. I'm going to go and visit Greece. Okay, so I'm going to say, okay, I want to set this. Once I press the set button, it shows up under the plan trip, and automatically it goes on my plan trip dashboard. So all the data that's going to be recorded between that time interval or associated with that time interval is going to show up for me in the plan trip, and I can easily see details that are tied to this experience. So in a nutshell, this is how my current state works. It's my main dashboard. Going next, I'm gonna show some dashboards on charges or on the charges experience for your car. So what I have here is the charges dashboard. This charges dashboard allows me to see my sessions. So how much time I charge my car, where, this is the location. So if I click on location, I would see it goes me on a map, and I can see that my car was actually charged here. Then I can see different other information, how much energy was added, what was the cost, and I'm going to explain what the tag means here. The temperature during charging, this is my exterior temperature, the battery range, and then of course the odometer of my car. What I have what I have here at the top in the charger setup, it's actually an ability for me to define custom charging locations. How this works, let me delete one for this exercise. So what I can see here in my charging my charges section are my sessions that I did. So I can easily say, okay, I know for a fact that at this DN65B location, I'm usually charging my car, and this is my workplace for me. So I'm gonna save it, and now this becomes a charges location that's predefined. So all the charges I'm gonna do further at this location, they are gonna be added with a cost of 2 per kilowatt hour. So I don't have to do anything else, and my car automatically is gonna calculate the cost and show it here. Other information about the charging. So still on the charging side, I have the charging stats. So this shows me for a time period, let's say in the last 7 days or in the last 2 days, how many charges I did. I'm gonna select a bigger time periods for you to see a bit more information. So in my case, I charged at 3 locations. I charged in total 245 kilowatts hour. The cost was around 216 with an average cost of 0.88 because I did a DC charging session for 2.0 cost. This is a map and shows you a pie chart of how much was DC versus AC. For the DC one, there is also a charging curve, right? I was used here a Model Y data, so I can see it started with a 180 and then it goes down to the 43 when my battery was around 43%. Here we have a bit information of how I charge this car, and this summarizes my charging stats. Another useful dashboard that we have is the efficiency one. What the efficiency dashboard shows you is by temperature how efficient your car was. Right? We all know that electric cars they are less efficient with the drop of the temperature, as well as the higher the temperature goes, the efficiency also goes down. So here there is a rated efficiency. It's based on what the car sends us as rated information, and we use this when we calculate different algorithms for consumption and efficiency. The location report shows us all the locations where we have been. So I spent a lot of time in Bucharest in my case. I can see here all the addresses. I can see how many places I visit, right? So I have this all centralized, and it's easy for me to see where I'm spending most of my time and how I can predict how I'm using my car. I already explained the planned trip. Let's see the trip report. So the trip report, it's similar to the state one. It shows us for a certain period of time, let's say the last 7 days, where I drive my car, what was the consumption, what was the distance. I can see here the drives, right? It's very similar to the planned trip. The difference is that this is more general. The visited report, shows me what places I visited in the last days. So I can select here, I don't know, previous year, all these type of filters, and this is gonna show me kind of a nice map. I can zoom in and zoom out where I drove my car. So in a nutshell, these are the reports that we have. There are a bit more, and more are gonna be added. So give it a try.